Welcome to this reading that we're going to be conducting in honor of the Divine Feminine within us all, that place of flow, of love, of creation, and the place of receiving. So we are going to begin by cleansing our space. And as we do this, I invite you to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and tap into the Divine Feminine in you. What does your Divine Feminine feel like? How does she breathe? How does she move? How does she love? How does she show up in this world? What is she creating? Okay, so we're going to start with the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Just cleansing deck. And I'm going to be asking, okay. One has already flipped over. Oh my word, that's beautiful. What we got today is the Luminous Warrior. What is a Luminous Warrior? So I am first going to speak about what I'm seeing in this card. If I look at this card, and this is beautiful and coincidental, because today the theme is the Divine Feminine. And the card we get is that of a warrior. And also, if you know that the Divine Feminine is represented by moon energy. And what we have here is a very solar energy. It is the sun, which is masculine. So this is beautiful. And the way I would read this for today is going to be that being a warrior is not just a masculine quality. Some of our greatest goddess archetypes are warriors. The goddess Kali is fierce. She will wipe out everything. She is unstoppable. Okay, that is warrior energy. So today we find the luminous warrior. Now, what is a luminous warrior? A luminous warrior is not your typical warrior, not the warrior that is imposing fear upon people, but the warrior that acts in the light, the warrior that appeals to our higher selves. There is a lot of solar plexus energy in this card. The card itself is yellow, that yellow background, and we see the sun here, and at around the crown, third eye area, we're also seeing kind of an activation. So we see these two chakras being activated and illuminated. So I'm going to read what the book says about it. The luminous warrior has no enemies in this world or in the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark, because there is duality, there is the light and the dark, and we all have duality. We live in a world of duality, but it is up to us to not run from that darkness, to embody it, to take it in, and to choose the light, to work through our shadows and to get to the light. Since he casts no shadow, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. In shamanism, this is the direction of the West. This is where we call upon Jaguar. And we call upon Jaguar to help us become luminous warriors so that we may step into the place of no enemies. And what does that mean? It means that when you can step into a place of no enemies, then you are no longer a victim. And you do not expend your valuable energy on your enemies. Okay? His power comes not from his sword, which is very much the old way of being, but from speaking his truth at all costs. The invitation with this card for all of us here today, and if you were called, if you received this message, then this is your message, and you are being called to become your own luminous warrior in your life. He reminds us that it is important to focus on your power, wisdom, and beauty. Do not be seduced by what seems wrong with you or with the world, because it's very easy for us to judge and to pick on our own faults and judge externally the faults of other people. But now let's focus on our power. Let's choose to focus on our power. Remember that intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits. Feed your light with more light until you feel truly empowered. Then there will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. Wow. Okay. So this tells us that we have been in a place of focusing on our negative traits, focusing on our mistakes, focusing on where we go wrong, and hyper-focusing on that. And when you do that, all you will do is attract more of that. Because where your energy goes, it's going to be going towards everything that is wrong with you. So a shift needs to occur here. A shift where we stop focusing on all the negative within us and start focusing on the positive. And as you do that, you will start to see the positives and call in the positive of people around you and circumstances around you. It will not just be all a negative, horrible, everything is going wrong, victim life. Okay, so the next deck that I'm going to be pulling from is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I want to ask, we're bringing this into the context of our divine feminine within us, and the divine feminine within us, already we found a luminous warrior card, which is very much a feminine type of warrior, a very balanced type of warrior. So give us a message today. Wow, this is beautiful. Okay, so the card we got is Caterpillar, which is opportunity. And looking at this card, it's the cutest. It's like a cat that is emerging from the chrysalis. Opportunity. This is speaking to opportunity that is present in our lives at the moment. Remember that everything that I am reading is your present moment energy. So whenever this reading finds you, this is where you're sitting right now. Oh, transformation, opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. And that would speak, I'm taking it in the context of divine feminine, is that it is that opportunity now at this stage in your life where we move away from conditioned responses. Like the conditioned responses previously would be that women are disempowered, that we don't listen to, that women cannot be leaders. But a woman, or the feminine, leader is a very different type of leader. And she stands so powerfully as a leader, but in her own way, okay, in the way of love. The energy of Caterpillar appears, heralding a time of transformation and opportunity. Here, you are being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for the time being. The new cannot emerge from the old. And this also speaks a little bit to my last reading, which was us shedding everything that no longer serves us, where we did that beautiful fire ceremony. And if you feel like you are still in that shedding phase, then go and skip to the part where we do the fire ceremony, because you can never do enough of these. We always have things that we want to shed and release, because we're always transforming, just like the caterpillar. So this is stepping away from the old and the familiar and moving to the new, the uncharted territory. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out a new strategy to get a different, better result. Remember that the definition of lunacy is to continue with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. It's time to break away from habitual responses to surprise yourself and startle others, eliciting a smile or frown or look of awe from those around you. Do not wait for an invitation from life to practice a bit of outrageousness or for permission to do the unexpected. Any other response right now will lead to more of the same and no real change. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. Stand stock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama, avoiding engagement until the moment is right. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action is essential as finding the best move to make. And when you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of your determination and the power you unleash. So this is the time to do what you have never done before. This is the time to step into outrageousness and to stop asking for permission. And if you look at also, if I bring it into this context of divine feminine, the old disempowered, suppressed and oppressed feminine would always need to be asking for permission, would always need to be asking for, would need external validation. And the new empowered version of the feminine is going to trust herself. She's going to go within. She is going to tap into that beautiful well of intelligence and wisdom that is connected to the divine. So how can you call more of this in? How can you step back and allow yourself to receive in divine timing? That is beautiful. And in honor of our divine feminine, I am going to be calling from the Goddess Power Oracle for the last card. So we're going to call in one of the beautiful goddess archetypes from this deck for some advice on where we should go from here, or what could be the energy that we must embody now, so that we may step into our divine feminine. So give us a beautiful God. There we go. So the goddess that has come out for us is Goddess Ishtar, communion. And if you look at this card, it's such a card of power, and it kind of really echoes this luminous warrior spirit that we are to embody now, where we see that illumination behind the goddess. And I'm going to read what she represents. Communion, the coming together. Her empowerment message is your intimate relationship with the invisible world is called upon right now as you enter unfamiliar environments and situations. Very similar to the caterpillar card. Very similar. It's time to commune with the great goddess, the aspect of the conscious universe in her most collaborative form. The world then becomes your oracle as it opens up and communicates everything you need in the form of signs, omens, and messages. So pay attention to the subtle signs that are going to show up to you, because this is divine collaboration with the Great Spirit. It is your time. Now is the time to pay attention to synchronicities and to those moments when logic and reason fail to give you the full picture. This is a Mesopotamian goddess, so she is really ancient. She reminds us of the time in her ancient temples when her priestesses served as oracles. And so you are your own oracle. We're always seeking guidance externally, but we are our own oracles. Communing with the goddess and imparting wisdom to the people who sought guidance. Look at everything in your life as an opportunity for communion. Losing the need for self-centeredness, connecting to Source in a sacred, intimate way. You will not pray on your knees as a supplicant. You will engage the great goddess as a partner in co-creation. You guys. And today we are speaking to the feminine within us. She is creation. You are co-creating. Participating in the making of worlds. No one needs to rescue you. Stepping again into your luminous warrior. Stepping away from being victim. Becoming the warrior in your life. Not looking to be rescued. When you act empowered, aware, and awake to the wondrous miracle you're a part of, your alignment message is when you refuse to see the signs, it can ultimately take you down a path you really don't want to go on. When red flags indicate something is not quite right, it's not a sign to jump in with both feet. It says, this is not for you. This is not yet. This is to be revealed. If you choose to move forward stubbornly, you could find yourself back in an old lesson you'd rather not face again. When you are attached to an outcome and unable to see another option, you might say the oracle said this wasn't in my best interest, but am I going to do it anyway? The truth is that the goddess Ishtar is offering this alignment task for you now. Trust that the wisdom in the universe will provide you with perfect form in divine timing. This means you might have to wait for a while, reconnect to your partnership with the goddess, and trust that you will not be left behind. This connection is at the core of everything. You need to connect to the divine, to the goddess within you. Okay. And now we are going to be doing a fire sign. So I am going to open up sacred space. And what we're going to be doing in our fire ceremony, if you don't know already, this is a beautiful ancient shamanic practice. And what we do is we place and give to the fire everything that we wish to, because fire is rapid transformation. So if you want to do this with me at home, you can grab a toothpick or whatever. You could totally use mine. And if you do want to do this fire ceremony, then please make sure you do it safely. Have maybe a glass of water where you can safely extinguish your fire. So what you're going to be doing is, in alignment with this reading that we did, we are going to blow in to your death arrow all that is preventing us from stepping into our divine feminine within, from becoming that luminous warrior, from becoming a beautiful butterfly after we leave the chrysalis of the caterpillar and stepping into the opportunities. What are the opportunities that are calling you now? And what do you need to let go of in order to fully align and step into the opportunities that are presenting you in your life? And lastly, looking at our last card with Goddess Ishtar, what prevents us from stepping into communion with the Great Spirit, from co-creating with the divine that is a part of all of us? So, I pass you the death arrow, and I invite you to blow everything that you wish to let go of. Yeah. So that could be everything that prevents you from stepping into your highest version of your divine feminine. Just feel it all within your body and allow it to release as you exhale it all. And now, on the other side of the death arrow, you're going to blow in everything that you are calling in, which would be the opposite of everything that you release it. That would be stepping into your luminous warrior, the way of no enemies, way of creating sovereignty in your life, getting ready to fully embody all of the opportunities as you leave the chrysalis and become the butterfly that you were always meant to be, stepping into your destiny. And what do you need to call in to help you to co-create with the divine? What will allow you to step into divine communion with the Great Spirit? Feel that all release from your body. And we're now going to take it to the fire. And as this burns, I invite you to really tap into your body and feel it leave your body. This part of fire and ancient and ritual is the part that actually helps to solidify within our energies. It's the part that appeals to the ancient brain. As you just watch this fire burn everything in and then call everything in. Everything that is for the best of us all. And I am going to place it in my fire safe dish. And allow it to burn away. And as this burns away, I invite you to just sit here. And really feel into this new energy where we have let go and planted the new seeds. And what a perfect time to plant seeds into this divine space. We have a new moon coming up on the 24th. It's just the perfect time to be sowing our seeds and to call upon the greatest divine feminine energy, the greatest Mother Earth. For within her fertile soil, we would be able to grow all of the seeds of our becoming. And as we do this, we're now going to rewrite all that we have released, bringing the light into the body. I invite you to share my beautiful light, my flame, and just call that in and bring it here into your third eye. And feel the energy change. Feel the new codes of light entering you. And then call it into your heart center. Feel it enter every cell of your body. And finally, draw that light into your solar plexus, into your belly, feeding that beautiful spiral of light, of the sun's energy that we all have within us. And with that, I leave you with your new embodied divine feminine. Thank you for joining me for this reading. And I would love to hear how this is going for you. Drop in the comments what you chose to release and also what you want to call in. I am rooting for you. And I want to thank you for joining me here as I close sacred space and send you lots of light as you go about your days, calling in all that you are ready to receive and receiving it in full gratitude. The light in me sees the light in you.